How's it going, everybody? It's me, Shane. I'm here to give you another solo leveling episode review. Today's episode is episode 6. The real hunt begins. Before I go any further, please hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can be notified of more videos like this one. And my Patreon link is in the description below. So, if we remember what happened last episode that I reviewed, Jinwoo and Jin-ho were both left by this guy's name is Dong-suk, D-O-N-G-S-U-K. So many jokes I can make there, but I won't waste my time. So Mr. Dong-suk had left them in there basically to die. This is something he's done forever, especially given the fact that Jinwoo was able to easily figure that out, going, they work so well together, how come they need two people? Oh, they just keep, and then it does bring the question to my mind as I ask this: what is the point of constantly murdering two folks, right? Is it so you can spread your cut amount around just a lesser amount of folks, just the 6 of you? Is it because you're stupid? Is it because you're just genuinely evil? Like I mentioned last time, the human element, much like with many things like this when you're fighting monsters. Hell, I think the biggest draw for The Walking Dead is the human element, right? So something like this with the human element going, for some reason, there's a lot of people, there are people who would take advantage of you, even kill you, because guess what? You can't see what goes on in the dungeons, and if they kill everybody, no one's gonna know. Nah. Even though you could just start having, I was going to say have them all wear body cams, but as we know in the real world, stuff can go wrong with that too. So, or you could just have someone from the Hunters Guild always go with them, right? Because then if Hunter Guild people start going up missing, it'd be too much of a coincidence. It's like, well, it's dangerous in there. Maybe it's an East Asian thing. It's a Korean thing, right? Where it's like, oh, well, if you can't prove it, or maybe it's just a suspension of disbelief kind of thing, right? But yeah, Mr. Dong Sucker, they're basically laughing about this. Like, they even look up Jin-ho's family, like who his dad is, because he's like, well, I gotta pay respects, just gotta keep everything in line. And they're basically confirming with each other, like, hey, you think you could take that thing on by yourself? He's like, heck, no. He's like, exactly, me neither. So they're gonna be dead. Meanwhile, as we know, that's not gonna happen. You're not the main character, dude. But we do get, initially I wrote this episode does 2 good things. I think it does. Well, it's 2 good things, but I'm going to say 3. Wow, that was my chair. My chair just scared the hell out of me. Anywho, it does. I'm going to say, I'm going to keep it at 3, even though 2 of these can be combined together, right? 1, it shows that while Jinwoo is leveling up, he still has to be smart and use his wits. In other words, he was able to beat the blue snake thing, right? Which he says that might have been a D rank, and then he thinks back to what's the other one, to the golem. He's like, that might have been D rank too. The spider thing is obviously bigger than that, but for some reason I feel confident. So while fighting it, realizing it has a hard exoskeleton, he still has to employ thought, has to analyze the situation, then he has to look for a weak point and use the ability of his weapon to help him out much better than someone who could just, I don't want to say barehanded, but brute force it, if you will. Another way he was being smart was he didn't use the full recovery from one of the dailies he did, and right as he's about to die, the screen pops up, full recovery, he uses it, right? So you got to be smart. 2 was showing how the level gap between him and other hunters are. Now he does make a remark in here, which I'm gonna spoil my own review here, where he says, I'm leveling up as he's fighting. That's why he goes up 2 levels when he kills the giant spider. So showing the gap between what we know is several, 2D rank and a bunch of C rank characters. And him, it goes, okay, you're actually strong enough to beat these guys down. But we just saw before, you still have to think. If you don't, you're in trouble. Hey, well, even when someone tried to do a deadly blow on you and it didn't kill him, it still shows like he has to be careful or he can be taken out. I did say, now, the number 3 I put on here, in retrospect, was you get Jin-choo and... goodness, I think it's Gun-hee or Gun-go, the chairman for the Hunters Guild, right? The chairman guy. They do a little sparring because, you know, the old man has a break in his schedule. The young dude wants to train with him to learn from him, and he's going to oblige all that. And they make a point of saying, while Jin-choo cannot raise his level, because the old man's still strong, regardless of him being old, while you can't raise your level, you can still train every day. And it trains your mind. So it's not level, but they say rank. Level and rank. I'm just going to use it interchangeably here. It's so weird because only Jinwoo can level up, which is actually the Korean title for this story. But your rank is your rank. So he can level up his rank. It's a weird thing to use those interchangeably. But while you cannot level up in here, you can gather experience and keep honing your mind. And it's interesting that Gung-ho basically made a reference to what Jinwoo was going through, saying, you know, going into dungeons is, you know, an extreme volatile thing. So the human element plays a big part. So training yourself and training your mind, I swear if this chair knocks me down again, training your mind and training yourself can help give you an edge. Even though you can't level up, it'll give you an edge. Which, I don't know, this show's kind of contradictory when you think about it, right? So on one hand, I love the fact that it goes, yeah, this dude can level up, but there's still things that can kill him. So you got to be smart about it. And I like that. But on the one hand, you have, well, you can't ever level up. So if you try to fight somebody or something that's higher than you, you're going to get taken out. And it's like, okay, well, what would be the point of me training then? But again, it's a never-ending contradiction, because if you don't train yourself and you go in and you're supposed to take your D rank, supposed to be able to take out something that's D rank, and you never train, then you just die. I understand it. I get what they're going for. It just kind of, I need to see more. I need to see someone fight Jinwoo and beat him, and then go, okay, cool. Okay, then there's still people that can go toe to toe and beat him down, not just monsters. Another thing we learned is the system seems to be alive, right? Not just some grand message or something with the inner workings of the world that only a select few, such as he, can see. Because I'm gonna assume that more than just him can see it eventually. It seems to be alive because it's giving him updates, such as when the Dung Suk crew was trying to kill him. It said emergency mission: defeat the enemies because they're trying to kill you, and if you don't, you will get an appropriate punishment. But over time, and this is what the crazy part is, he goes, oh, it wants me to kill them. And then the punishment goes, instead of appropriate, goes, your heart will stop beating. And Jinwoo goes, he's kind of pissed at himself because he was saying he got careless, he got overconfident, he got delusional because thinking about him leveling up, beating a bunch of things. And then he remembers, yeah, no, the world, it's the strong prey on the weak, blah, blah, blah. Literally all the things that he's gone through. This is more or less a love letter to people who get bullied, but I'm going to implore you, don't do the things that you see Jinwoo do to bullies. That, you know, just don't do those things. He does those things to bullies. You cannot do those things because this is fiction. This is real world. But yeah, stand up for yourself. But guy was a wimp, right? So it takes having to do daily exercise from a thing that will try to kill you for him to finally have confidence in himself. I ain't gonna rag on him too much, but his outlook, which part of my notes, like your outlook is pretty rough, right? Because he says, yeah, I gotta remember, weak prey on the strong and all that. Hold on, as a matter of fact, I'll go back and make sure I get this. I forgot the weak always get taken from by the strong. Yeah, there you go. And I'm thinking to myself, all right, look at Jin-ho though. Jin-ho stood between you and other people when they say, yeah, we know who your dad is. They think Jin-ho had killed the giant spider because his rank is higher and he has fancy weapons and armor. But Jin-ho's like, yeah, I saw this dude kill the spider, and he thinks that Jinwoo is what they call a false ranker, someone who can control their magical powers and make their rank appear lower because they just have a bloodlust. Jinwoo has a bloodlust, let's be real. He has a bit of a bloodlust, but it's not like that. He's not killing monsters just to kill monsters. He's actually doing it for the family. But yeah, Jin-ho, I don't think he's thinking that, oh, Jinwoo could kill us all. He goes, I'm going to stick with this guy because you all left me for dead. And now you're telling me no way I can leave is if I kill this guy? Nah. And I like Jin-ho. I like Jin-ho a lot. He does start calling him Anarchy, and he doesn't snitch on him. I put towards the end of my notes that he has funny moments, like the moment Jinwoo kills the spider, he starts calling him Anarchy, boss, or big bro, and he's like, here's some water, big bro, I'll carry the bags, let me mine all the mana crystals. Because like, I just saw this guy murder this thing that is higher rank than both of us, especially supposed to be higher rank than him. Nah, I'm gonna go ahead and get in line. I thought it was funny. Also, didn't snitch when they got out at the end, which, yeah, what's the point, right? It doesn't matter. What's the point? Our boy Jinwoo does get a new skill called Murderous Intent, which literally it's an aura that goes out, makes multiple enemies get the debuff Panic. And it just minus 50% to all their skills, which, yeah, that's a good. It's an MMO. That's a good skill to have, honestly. But I want to talk about before make sure I'm not going any further. I want to talk about like how he gets these guys, like. But the next part of my notes talks about the rise of rumors of like strike teams with weirdly high fatalities. And again, it goes right back to the scene that's going on in the dungeon. But if this is such a problem, why hasn't the Hunter Association done much? Now, I'm going to assume that when you have people like Dung Suk, who apparently his brother is some big shot, I think that's whose muscled body we saw at the end of this, which was just a weird way to end off. This is one of the things that's you can kind of tell this is adapted from like someone's work, someone's webtoon ish, because I'm getting flashes of certain characters, and it's cool when you get flashes of characters and then later on they come in, like Jinwoo's sister, whose classmate is now a hunter. That's fine, but now I'm getting, remember the glasses guy who was telling the one lady to take that group to the A rank mission? And I don't remember, I think the person's name was Miss Cha. I think that was the name. And so we see that decision, we see the result of that decision later, which I don't know if it's supposed to be for world building or we're going to see these people later. Which, if we see these people later, cool. I guess I'm not going to take points off if I don't. But, you know, we get, I guess, the people who were recipients of this example talking to this other woman whose name escapes me at the moment. It's another South Korean name. I'm sorry. Not really good with these names. But one of these ladies is from White Tiger Guild. The other one's from the Hunters Guild. Now, I don't know if the Hunters Guild and the Hunter Association are the same thing. I'm going to assume maybe. Yes, because we see the glasses lady show up later when talking to our Jins. I'm just going to do Woo and He. And if this is actually an issue, besides someone's big brother being, deeply connected or whatever, why aren't you guys just start sending more of your people in there with them? Like, at least 3. I don't know. That's just a thought. But let's talk about 3 really cool lines that Jinwoo says here. He does talk about the system wanting him alive. He's like, if it's going to use me, I'm going to use it. And I know this isn't charity, which I thought was really fun. Oh, darn it. The one line he says, because he mentions about weak getting taken from him. He's like, oh, yeah, the weakest hunter of all time gets it. And he goes, so you guys also understand that, right? What you talking about? If you're hunters, then you're ready to become prey yourselves. And that's when the massacre starts. When some guy puts his arm around him, was like, you're a little bit too comfortable. Cuts his head off. Like he cuts his head off, cuts Dong-suk's head off, fatally stabs the other 2. Because remember, this dagger can cause paralysis and drain. You just see these guys just didn't stand a chance. He's way too fast for them. He has a skill called dash. He's way too strong, way too fast. I'm gonna put this at number 2. The number 2 one is when they call Hwang Dong-suk. Hwang has a skill called reinforcement, which makes his skin harden like rock, stone or steel or whatever. And he's declaring, like, I'm not like those other ones. I'm a different C rank. And dude just palms his face. He's like, you're strong, Mr. Hwang. But I've been leveling up this whole entire time. And when dude's begging for mercy, talking about, I'll give you all the money and the whole haul and everything, cuts him off. When he says 2, he's like, I'll give you 2 times, 3 times. You've tried to kill me 3 times, and now you want mercy. Now, I'm trying to figure out those 3 times. Is the first time when they trapped him with the spider? Then the second time was he had the wizard guy come in and shoot him in the face? And it's like the third time when he powered up and tried to hit him with the sword. If that's the case, then those are the 3 times. I'm going to assume those are the 3 times. But that's a really cool line. Like, you tried to kill me 3 times, and now I'm supposed to give you mercy. And I love that he says, he calls him little shit. You don't know who my brother... I don't. Your brother's probably going to get that work too. Did I talk about everything I want to talk about? I did. I even talked about the funny moments with Jin-ho first. I like that we're getting the human element in it. And since, first of all, the groundwork has been laid down, this is actually how you write. You go, it's been a rise. There's been rumors of rising of strike teams where people just start going missing. They got a high fatality rate. We know that working in the dungeons is rough. But the same group over and over again, I like that. Especially when one of the people that's having that conversation talked to them, and she assumes, the E rank was hiding in the corner while the D rank, because she knows the type of sword and armor Jin-ho has. It has names like Garodo and Super Malaysian Blade thing, Kai Long Longsword. I can't believe I wrote that down. So she assumed that the one with the blood on them stood in the corner, while the one who was pristine and no dirt, no blood on him, did all the work. You'd be wrong. I don't want to say it's an odd moment, but it was kind of an interesting moment where it starts to rain a bit, and he reaches his hand. And the guy's like, "What's going on, Anarchy?" He's like, "Glad I told her to take an umbrella." His sister, through the midst of all of this, he's doing this for family. So I can't condemn him because he didn't turn on Jin-ho. And the system didn't see him as a threat, right? But he didn't turn on Jin-ho, didn't try to kill him, right? Didn't say, hey, if you telling me, I'm gonna... He didn't do any of that. He seems to be your typical oblivious protagonist, which I'm sick of that trope. But he's doing it for family, so I just, I can't vilify this fictional character for going, man, you guys want me to be concerned about your families, but you all just tried to take me from mine. Yeah. I imagine that we're going to get more episodes like this where it's a mixture of like strong magical monsters. Okay, now I got to deal with people because for some reason during this type of world, people want to kill me. Fun though. I'm expecting more of that. Oh, he had a little black wispy energy coming off of him, which again leads me to go, could only we see that? Since, we're omnipresent. We can see his game screens. We can see his aura. But does that mean like the crew that he was about to handle, they didn't see all that black energy? I do appreciate that blue is fierce and good because his eyes were blue the entire time when he's doing his thing, and red is the color of evil, such as all of the Hwang Dong Suk crew had red eyes when they were going to try to murder them. So yeah, interesting use of colors. Was that this one? No, this one didn't use rap music. Wrong review. But the music they did play they did use music for this. There was a song, and it might have been sung in English, but it felt like it was on repeat. Initially, it, had a good feel to it, especially the music behind the words and everything. But then when I noticed that it seemed to loop, I'm like, all right, this is going to be repetitive. How about you play just the musical part first and then do the lyrics when you're getting close to the climax and it being done? But it was a nice touch when it's going, all right, we're watching a horror movie villain go to work, essentially, right? Just one that's like, this guy didn't try to bother me, so I'm not going to kill him. All in all, this episode, I give it a 4 out of 5. I was actually looking forward to watching this. I didn't realize that we would get that other team coming in for him to take them out at the same time. That was relatively fast. I just need a little bit. Maybe it's me. I got to try to keep up with these names. But I do appreciate the foundation laying for the storytelling. I'm still trying to come to grips with a lot of how the ranking and leveling thing works. Like, again, what is the point of you training if your level can't go up? But again, the super strong chairman does say just relying on just your hunter powers is not enough. And that does appeal to a part of me. It really does. So 4 out of 5. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below, please. Thank you everybody for staying this long, listening to me talk about solo leveling. Please don't forget, hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be notified of more reviews just like this one. We're having fun with this. I'm appreciating it. I don't know how long this series is gonna go. I think episode 7 just came out today, so maybe it'll get up to 12. We'll find out really, really soon. Again, be good, be blessed. Wash those hands, all right? Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Be good to yourselves, be good to others. Either way it goes, please don't be a jerk, all right? Remember that you're not alone in this world. There are people out there that care about you, so reach out to someone. My social medias are in the description below. Give me a follow, send me a message. I'll get back to you. As long as you're not a jerk, we'll be good. All right. Patreon link is in the link below Patreon link is in the description below as well. With all that, I'll see you guys next time. Remember to level up.